Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
My next guest not only has the dopest moniker in the game, Aryee The Gem, but she also has a pretty dope perspective on life as well. The Saint and Citizens music group signee just released her latest single To It, and it's blowing up airwaves. Pen game on point, vocals on point, perspective on point. That's a combination for success. Aryee understands that her words are not only a catalyst for upliftment, but in order to make it happen, hey, we got to get to it. Can't be playing around, no time to waste. My next guest, Aryee The Gem, Generation Motivation. Stay tuned. Big congrats to Free on her new Amazon Music station. Support.
What's up, y'all? I'm your host, Miss Free, and you are now tuned into Rap Rotation Rewind. That's right. This is my new DJ Mo station on Amazon Music, where we play nothing but hip hop 24 hours a day. So stay tuned in. Stay right here. We're going to keep it popping. Let's go.
What's up, good people? It's your boy, Jaysnipes, a.k.a. the podcaster of the people, back with another episode of Generation Motivation, the podcast. As always, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the love, all the support, all the suggestions. You know what? I'm on a timetable. I'm on a crunch. I got somebody down at the bottom of my screen that's so dope. I don't even want to, keep her waiting. Talented singer-songwriter, will be a household name shortly. Trust me. Nice with the vocals, nice with the pen, whole aura, just positive spirit. I have Aryee The Gem with me today. Aryee, what's happening?
What's up? I'm so grateful to be here, to be able to hold this space with you. Feeling great.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, look, now, don't get mad at me, but I'm gonna ask you a quick question. I ain't asked you this one before we jumped on camera.
Okay.
Is it okay if I call my daughter Sanaya the Jewel?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. We're all gems. We all jewels. We all have something that we can bring forth that makes us really rare and unique. So yeah, she's the jewel for sure.
Yo, hey, I was like, I don't want to bite, but hey, that name is so hot though. I was like, Aryee The Gem. And you know what? And truth be told, when I heard the name, when I read your bio, when I saw the video, when I listened to the music, I was like, it's so fitting though, because I love the fact that you named yourself a gem, because that means that you're valuable. That means when someone steps to Aryee, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? I know my value. I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. So with that being said, I am a gem. I am a jewel. I am valuable. I love it though.
Thank you. Yeah, that's ultimately what the intention was behind my name. Is every room that I step into, I'm adding value to the space. And yeah, it's really Aryee The Gem in the building.
Aryee The Gem in the building. No doubt, no doubt. So Aryee, let's give a quick introduction of yourself and your background, how you got to this space. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was raised in a village capacity. So my parents, who actually created me, they didn't raise me. I was raised by my cousin. So still within my family. Yeah. And that really molded me to be this person, because I was already raised in a construct that was kind of outside of the box. Mm-hmm. And from there, I just always had a natural affinity for music. My mom was saying at 6 months old, she would see me in my high chair, just vibing and dancing to music. And so, she put me into literally anything she could when it came to building that passion for it. So I played the violin, I played the saxophone, I was on a competition dance team, and I was in choir literally from an elementary school to a collegiate level. Okay. And so music has literally always been a driving force in my life and has kept me grounded. And I've always been passionate about it. I've always knew this is what I was supposed to do. And I recorded my first song like after I graduated high school in 2016. That summer, my friend invited me to the studio and they were like, yeah, come through, ladies vocals. I already know you can sing. And once I did that, I just fell in love with the entire like recording process. And I created an EP that we put out on SoundCloud. And it was just getting like a natural buzz within my city. And that encouraged me to continue to pursue music full time. And I went to Clark Atlanta for a semester. I was studying vocal performance. And I just realized that I've been vocally performing my entire life. And so I needed a different type of experience to really cultivate what is, unfolding now. And I needed to be hands-on. I needed to be in the mix. I needed to know what was going on. So yeah, that's really how I got to this point. I started collaborating and connecting with people and really just attracting my tribe. And I finally connected with folks that really understand me, that are at this frequency of just like high level stuff and just are intentionally creating to make an impact within our community. And all of those things have been a great support into who I'm becoming artistically.
Right, right. I love that though. I love the fact that your talent was recognized at such a young age. And not only was it recognized, it was honed as well. A lot of times, people recognize that they have a talent, but, for whatever the reason, they maybe don't necessarily gravitate towards that particular talent, or they don't have someone in their corner to back them up to say, you have talent. Let's put you in this and let's see how you do. Let's, what I'm saying? Let's continue to, work on this and tweak this and that. So I think it's beautiful that it was recognized at such a young age. And that way you were able to, focus and sharpen your skills and ultimately get to the space where you are now. And I know this is just, this is not a landing spot. You know what I'm saying? This is this is the runway for you to take off,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's dope though. What about your pen game? Like at what point did you know like that, that you had it with the songwriting abilities as well?
So I started writing when I was in high school, just writing poetry. I always journaled a lot. But that summer that I graduated high school, I started to write music and I was like, yo, this is fun and I'm good at it. Right. And I just love expressing in this way. It felt like a form of being able to let things like come out of me and release and transmute energy. Before I even knew what being an alchemist was, I was already practicing alchemy in my penmanship. And so, yeah, I was just really diligent with that. I just was always writing, always creating. And yeah, it was really something that developed over time and is still developing because I'm always pushing myself to, how can I be a little bit more wittier? How can I say things that haven't been said before? How can I express ideas and concepts in a new way that ignite people to look at things from a different perspective? So yeah, it's been a journey and it still is.
Yeah, just like you said, just a natural progression of one, having a passion for music and being a student of the game. I think all of that definitely plays a part in the elevation of Aryee, and the other thing that you said that was very important, the tribe, being around creatives, man. A lot of times, you might wake up and say, you know what, man, I don't feel like it today. Boy, somebody in your tribe say, hey, let's hit the studio, and they vibing. Next thing you know, you step in, or hey, the creative juices start flowing, and that's all it takes, being in space with people that share that same perspective, that same energy. It definitely plays a big role. So how did we get to this space though with Aryee about to drop an EP, Aryee signing, a label deal, Aryee, what I'm saying, dropping dope videos at that. Oh, I saw that cover, that Stevie Wonder cover too. I was like, okay, You take her back to the class. I saw the old Stevie Wonder out there. Isn't she lovely? Boy, hey. But it's beautiful though. So how did you get to this point though?
Really, it was me being unafraid to put myself out there. I was always pretty confident in my creative abilities. Although, like, you know, growing up, I had different insecurities, like within myself. I didn't fully know myself. I always believed in my gifts and my talents. And so I always put myself out there. And it was recognized by one of the artists that is signed to Saint and Citizen. His name is Everywhere. I was posting on this app called Voisey, which is basically like a studio on your phone, and you can collaborate with people, different producers. And yeah, I would create these mini EPs and just post them online, and it was getting a lot of buzz and attraction. And Everywhere invited me to the studio, and I was just like in awe with the dope energy that was in the space. I just felt really comfortable. It felt like home. And from there, Saint Citizen kind of put me in this creative incubator where they've been helping me develop different skills and just different ways of being as an artist. And yeah, this is like what, 2 years in the making. I put my head down. I was grinding in the studio for 2 years before they even heard a song from me. And it was dope to be able to like be pushed a little bit to go to the next level. It was hard. It was definitely hard. And I would get frustrated because I was just like, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. But they always like saw something in me that was a little bit further than I could see for myself. So I would definitely say like the main producer for Saint Citizen, Trackmatic, he definitely was like, you know, you could go a little harder. You can do this. How about you know, go this way? Or, you know what I'm saying? Always like pushing me to think outside of the box. And really that inspired me to just go Super Saiyan. So I've been going Super Saiyan ever since. And we've been locked in on developing and overall like elevating collectively so that we can impact our community.
Yeah. I like the way you keep coming back to that impact the community. You know, like we said, that's what generation motivation is all about. You know, we all have purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We all have this common thread as beings, you know, to be able to connect. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this though, and I took this out off your bio, and I said I'm definitely gonna make sure I implement this. It was 2 sentences that were in your bio. You said mindfulness is another significant aspect of who I am. I understand that my actions affect everyone around me. I wish more people understood that though. I really do. I think it would definitely make the world a better place if they understand there's always a cause and effect that you do. You know what I'm saying? So is that pretty much, would that sum Aryee up, I guess, in a nutshell? Like, that's who you are?
I would say so, because I understand that I'm a reflection of you, you're a reflection of me, I'm a reflection of everything around me. And so who I keep around me is very important. The mindsets that we share with one another is very important, because if someone is coming with a lack mindset, if somebody is coming with just not understanding their own value, that's a reflection of me as well. And so having the mindfulness to be able to speak with intention, so I'm not creating more harm, and just ultimately rewiring myself to be the best version of myself, so that I can just show up for people in a way that ultimately helps us all like grow and expand. So mindfulness is such an important part, especially within the music industry, because I think a lot of people are just creating kind of like mindlessly and aimlessly in a subconscious way, that it takes away the gravity of what the purpose and the intention of music is for in the first place. Ooh. Like, music is really a form of manifestation, and I feel like that energy is so powerful, and it has such an influence over the minds of people that it's like important that I'm just saying the things that are nourishing to the soul, nourishing to the mind. Like, what am I planting? What am I watering? What am I, like, what am I putting into the atmosphere that people are receiving? And so having the mindfulness to understand that my words, my actions, how I show up is going to impact someone else, even if it's in a little way, like that's, yeah, I got to stay it's a very narrow path, I feel.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Stay. You know what? Please. Hey, when we look at this interview 5 years from now, please, please have that same mindset. Please, I want you to be that positive impact. And I say that in the sense of, I feel it's definitely ingrained in you. So, you know what? The new people that come into your tribe over the next 5 years, hey, please make sure that you have that same, positive effect on them. Please continue to nourish the music industry. Granted, everyone has their lane. It's, and I will never, I will never put, any artist down for what they do and what they feel their lane is and how they support themselves and their family. But trust me, for you, there's not necessarily a lane. For you, it's a necessity, because what you're talking about is purpose. You know what I'm saying? What you're talking about is uplifting the community. So it's, for you, it's not all about, making a dollar or following, what's hot right now in the industry. For you, it's all about creating spaces, you know what I'm saying? Creating positivity. So your path might be a little bit tougher than the average person, because you don't want to fit into a mold. You know what I'm saying? You want to create the mold.
absolutely.
That's dope. Hey, I get chills when I hear stuff like that, for real. I'm serious. Like, it's just this energy, man, this vibe. So I love that though. That's beautiful though. That's definitely beautiful. Hey, so as we talk about this creation thing, well, let's talk about this EP that you got going on in your video, and just let's brag a little bit. You know what I'm saying, on yourself. What's going on with it?
So, yeah, this EP that is being cultivated, I'm not gonna lie, I have complete creative geniuses around me. Sonically, I feel like it's something that hasn't been done before. I feel like we're really tapping into that primordial, like, R&B sound, you know what I'm saying? That soul music. And yeah, I just feel really excited about everything that is coming forth, because it is very intentional, and it's here to inspire and shift perspectives, and it's fun, and it's also serious at times, and it's also just rooted in love. Like, ultimately it's rooted in love. Everything that I do is rooted in love, and I want to amplify that energy, that love frequency. And you'll see that reflected in different ways, because there's different vibes on the project. I really love the song that just came out, To It. Because it speaks on, like, that space of just uncertainty. A lot of people look at me and they feel this presence, this light, this aura, but it took a lot of work to get here. I had to let go of a lot. I had to process a lot on my own. I had to be alone for a lot of the time. I had to be silent for a lot of the time, so that I could really, like, renew my spirit and, like, get, like, pure in my mindset, pure in my heart, and figure out why I'm doing it, figure out what my purpose is. So To It really speaks on just overcoming those hard moments and those things that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis as an adult, like paying your bills, not knowing if you're creating a solid foundation with relationships. During the time I was writing that song, I was working a 9 to 5. I didn't have a car. I was working, then taking the train to the studio, and then walking, and just, like, really on a grind to get to this place of just abundance, and recognizing, like, even in the midst of that, I am still abundant, as long as I stay focused, as long as I, just keep that same consistent energy. And so that song is really supposed to be like a reminder and a reflection, like, I am all of the things. Like, I am just the epitome of working hard and also healing and also growing and shifting. I haven't always been this person, but that's the beautiful part of the journey. And so everything about my music that people are going to hear is they're going to be able to feel the elevation, feel the growth, and yeah, see themselves within it. So ultimately, I want people to feel that love. I want people to feel the growth, feel the healing frequencies, and yeah, feel that high vibrational stuff.
Hey, and feel this respect for yourself. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Aryee The Gem. Hey, it's in her name. You know what I'm saying? That's her moniker. She selected that name for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Aryee The Gem. Respect yourself. Love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the vibe that you are definitely you're definitely projecting. Um, so to it is the single. What else, like, in terms of production wise and collaborations, and so I guess speak a little bit on that as well.
Yeah. So majority of this project, it was actually executive produced by Trackmatic, and um, like we had my homie, my roommate, his name is Hustle, is super dope. He played a huge role in it. All the musicians, that played just live instrumentation. Y'all gonna feel that live instrumentation. These
Yeah.
people are putting their soul into what they do. Hey, you can feel that the frequency of this music is literally like no other. Um, and the features that are gonna be a part of this are really like eclectic, the cool kids, the people who are really talking about something.
Right.
I'm really excited to see how everyone's gonna respond to some of these features, because I have some pretty unorthodox songs on there, and
Okay.
we're the right people on them to kind of be like, oh, this is different. This is different. So y'all can definitely expect something totally different that y'all never heard before.
Hey, I see you guarded with those features. You gotta wait for the features, and you gotta wait to hear who's on there. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the cat out the bag. Don't let the cat out the
You know
bag.
all I'm saying is some heavy hitters on it. So
Okay.
don't sleep. Don't
No,
sleep. Definitely coming with the right energy.
gotcha. Okay. And I know we're on a time crunch, so I want to ask this question before I ask my two final questions. What advice would you give to those that are looking to, maybe following your footsteps?
So the advice that I would give to someone who is interested in being a creator is to be unafraid to be yourself 100%. You don't have to mold yourself or copy paste another vision, because that's not your vision. If you stay true to who you are, if you stay focused on just being the most authentic version of yourself that you can be and stay focused on growing, I think that you'll find success. And not to measure your success on anyone else's success, because what is for you will be for you, and nothing can block that, nothing can stop that. So yeah, just keep focusing on yourself, because the more that you pour into yourself, you'll start to attract the people around you that are supposed to be around you to help you on your journey. And you always have what you need. If you feel, if you know, if you embody that you always have what you need, you will always have what you need. So the bare maximum, if you have little, you know what I'm saying, you can still do the bare maximum with that, and someone is gonna be able to recognize, like, they got a little something special.
They
This
got a
might
little special
be
in them.
some, you know. So yeah, just be yourself, and don't be afraid to be yourself.
I love that. I love that. My two final questions as I wind down. First question: what do you want your legacy to be? Aryee The Gem. What do you want your legacy to be?
So my goal has always been to cultivate creative legacy within my family, and to allow that creative legacy to be a catalyst to change the lives of people around me, financially, physically, spiritually, mentally. And so the legacy that I'm leaving behind is just evolution. It's just growth, it's expansion, and it's love, and it's allowing love to be the dominant frequency. So I'm leaving a legacy of love behind.
I love that. I love that answer. Hey, are you so deep? Good gracious. Hey, it's like, I love that. It's like everything is thought provoking. It's nothing is surface. Like, I see how you pause when I ask you a question. It's like you pause. Like, I'm gonna wait for the right time. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna say exactly what I want to say and what I mean to say. So I love that. Everything is thought provoking and well thought out. Hey, so my final question, with it being Generation Motivation, the podcast, and this probably ties into your the previous question, but how do you feel as though you are motivating your generation and generations to come?
I am motivating my generation and generations to come by showing up. I think that's like 90% of the battle is showing up,
Right.
because no one else can do what I'm supposed to be doing. No one else can take my purpose. No one else can walk in my shoes. And so, yeah, I'm just going to show up as the best version of myself that I can be, and stay consistent in my own growth in order to inspire and ignite someone to, keep that same energy, following my footsteps. So the music that I'm putting out, the visuals that I'm putting out, the ways that I will be active, and I am active in my community, is ultimately to inspire people to show up and be active participants in life. You know what I'm saying? Because our focus, our presence is so valuable, and we just have to continue to, push the mold, push the confines, push the boundaries, and create something that we've never seen before. So yeah, we creating a life of joy. We creating a life of luxury. We creating a life of peace. We creating a life of just unity ultimately. And that's how I'm impacting my community.
I love it. I love it. Aryee, hey, I could probably ask you 20 more questions, but you know what? Hey, I know you're a busy woman. I know, hey, you ready to get back into that studio and make magic with that mic. So any last words, or or anything you want to leave with the fans, or before we allow you to get back to your creative space?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm so grateful to be able to do what I do. I always dreamed about being able to allow creativity to cultivate stability for me, and for it to just be, just everything. I just always wanted to do this, and so to see it in full effect, and for this dream to be manifested in this reality, is a sign that if you put your mind to it, if you stay focused, if you stay consistent, that you can bring your dreams into reality. So yeah, I want to tell people to stay inspired and keep going and keep pushing, because your dreams are tangible.
Gotcha. Hey, so in terms of people being able to connect with you, and how can they find you on social media? And I will post everything in the when I post it, I'll put your social media stuff out there, but just in general.
Yeah, so everyone can follow me everywhere, on Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, at Aryee The Gem, Aryee The Gem. I'm on YouTube as well. Every streaming platform. Yeah, go listen to the music, yo, because we putting out them good vibrations. And
Hey, it's contagious. When does it drop?
So the project is gonna be dropping sometime in the summer. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Just be looking out for the summer vibes. The summer vibes is here. You know what I'm saying? We coming forth.
Okay.
But spring is out and To It is out. We just dropped the video to It, so y'all go check that out. We
Definitely,
lit.
definitely check it out. Hey, and with that being said, Aryee, I want to thank you for joining Generation Motivation, the podcast. You are the epitome of what Generation Motivation, the podcast, stands for. You are light. You are positive vibes. You are thoughtful. You are mindful about everything that you're doing. You did not give up, and that's why you are where you are today. And that's why, you know, we're going to continue to support you and keep pushing you, man. I love everything that you stand for. I love the music, and you will definitely be a household name. Hey, probably in the summer. I'm gonna say, you know what?
Come on. Absolutely. Thank you, Generation Motivation, for having me. It was such a joy and a pleasure to speak with you today.
No doubt, no doubt. And with that being said, I would like to thank all the listeners and viewers for tuning in to another episode of Generation Motivation, the podcast. I am your host, Jay Snipes, aka the podcaster of the people. Until next time, I'll holla.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.